Hey guys, Rahul from Troubleshoot My Tub here. A great job hanging in there till the last video. If you did watch the previous videos, I'm sorry for how bored you probably are, and there's still probably time to put you to sleep. So this video is the last attempt at doing that. Now, big bonus to this video too, you get to stare at these shiny bottles, and I'm not going to be in it, so that's a big bonus for you guys too. Okay, so chlorine granules, bromine granules, and this I will talk about as third. It's an all-in-one powder. Now, the biggest question I get is, why do I have to pick one of the two of these, and also which one is better for me? So the reason why is because this is what is going to sanitize your hot tub and kill bacteria. Sanitize is 100% stabilized chlorine granules. Easy Brom is bromine. Now, it's actually also 47% chlorine, and I'll jump into details of why that's relevant in a couple seconds. Now, with chlorine granules, the pros to them, or advantages, is that it sanitizes your water relatively rapidly, generally more cost effective, easily obtainable. Like, you can get chlorine sources from, even Canadian Tire. Please don't buy Canadian Tire, it's not good for your skin, but you can also get it there if you need to. And it's a little simpler to manage and often requires less shock than bromine. Now, things to consider: anytime people have skin irritations or they have itchy red eyes, that's usually a symptom of chlorine. There's a risk of cyanuric acid accumulation necessitating a faster hot tub drain. Cyanuric acid is, you'll notice that these granules say stabilized chlorine granules. The stabilizer is cyanuric acid, which is basically sunblock for chlorine so that UV light can't break it down. Mostly because these pool chemicals are meant for open air pools where they're completely sun exposed, and that can break down chlorine pretty quickly. So the stabilizer, cyanuric acid, kind of helps it stay intact for a little bit longer. Another thing to consider is that chlorine tends to dissipate a little bit more quickly than bromine does, so people tend to need to use more of it or be a bit more frequent with their sanitation efforts. But for the most part, it's probably the easiest way to care for a hot tub outside potentially a saltwater system, which I'll talk about in a different video. Now, bromine, on the other hand, the things to consider: it's gentle and sensitive skin. So like if you have psoriasis or eczema, a lot of people do prefer bromine. Some people hate the smell of chlorine or are allergic to it, so it is a nice alternative. And it does produce a little softer, less noticeable type smell. Now, the consideration is that it's a little bit more complex to manage because bromine is actually a dormant chemical. That's why this product is actually 47% chlorine. Chlorine is immediately active, and it's immediately looking to bacteria to bind to kill and sanitize. But then that bromine substitute that's in this, it basically needs to be activated by a non-chlorinated shock or an oxidizing agent to essentially activate it and kill off that bacteria. So if you're not sure how to use the product, as long as you know how to use it correctly, it can be a really good sanitizing agent. Now, generally the things to consider that can be negatives to bromine is that it tends to be a little bit more expensive. You 100% need a non-chlorinated shock to activate it, so that definitely adds to the expense. Sometimes clients have reported that it can leave a light residue like around the rim of where your water would sit, like that water line. And generally you'll find you're going to have to clean your filters a little bit more frequently, just to make sure that your tub looks crystal clear. So for the most part, between the two, really the big deciding factor is if you really hate the smell of chlorine, or you've had a bad experience in the past, you could always try bromine out. This particular product, not all products, are fairly interchangeable between each other. So say you started on bromine, you wouldn't have to drain your tub and then start up on chlorine because it does have a little bit of chlorine in it anyways. Now, the third option, Harmony, I will jump into in the next video, and I'm also going to tell you in the next video why I don't recommend pucks. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for paying attention. I hope that helps you figure out exactly what direction you want to go to make your hot tub life a little bit easier. Like and subscribe for more content. If you liked this video, please smash that like button. It definitely does help with analytics, and I suck with YouTube, so that will help me out a lot. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye now.